one won't go. That way you don't have to mute. throw them up one in time. As in just on the preview. One last check. Just throw it.
Another drive back forward, Halliday. Twist, strike it in. Uddingston have their first.
Joe, I can't hear you through the headset anymore. I can't hear you through the headset anymore. You turned it off, that's fine. Just in case I was going like insane.
But it's 2-4 now,
Oh, that nipple does work. Alex McGregor, that's a fantastic touch, and it's taking it past Lewis Berry.
Easy goes. Don't look at the wasp.
It's back.
Dancing left and right all the way through. Hogarth tight for a strike. Still not away and fired in. Koenig finally gets the breakthrough for Uddingston and they lead for the first time. Sea of blue on the edge of the D, plenty of target to aim for. Again though, it's Campbell, driven strike it in.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here at UDDY TV for Uddingston Hockey Club's ladies Premiership match against Hillhead. Delighted to say I'm joined by Alistair Condy again. So we've roped you into it one more time.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for posting the links on socials for all those that have found your way across from there. Thank Alistair for his handiwork on that one. A little bit of a rearrange to the schedule, having this instead of the Saturday game. Little bit of a rearrange, but I'm sure one that the girls are more than ready for. It's a break from their usual Thursday night training, but it is training that we've got a little bit to show to you. We've got a little VT put together of getting the girls to do a bit of a crossbar challenge, and we'll take a look at that shortly.
How far do I walk? Those lines? When do I go?
We'll cut from when you speak.
Maya Shaw, best slip back in the team. Fudging Mark. Ooh! Oh! Harmony.
Nina Boothby, seasonal fruit lover.
I'm Lucy, you can call me LJ.
I'm Lucy, you can call me LJ. That's a Darcy.
Too much. My name's Emma, you can call me Emma. Oh, no pressure. That was close.
Hi, I'm Kirsty and I'm a defender.
That was a good one.
Darcy Campbell, part-time farmer. Josie O'Brien, porridge enthusiast. Corporate baddie.
Oh, I should have said that.
Yeah, Pasha, and I think I'm just gonna give it a go.
No.
This is Lily Crichton, and if you didn't know, she played for the Brave Cup.
Highlight Willie Pasha. I don't want to say in.
Just wave at it and say hello. Just say that. Just say my name's not what to say.
Just wave. That's going in. Oh, I don't want to. No. No. I'm not doing it.
Just flick it.
Take
Just flick it.
it from now. Take it from now.
Oh, that was so cool.
My name's Amelia and I'd give Usain Bolt a run for his money.
Unlucky.
Verity Shields, striker.
What did you say?
Hi, I'm Zafira. They call me Ma.
More followers.
You should have done it with the 25.
What did I say? I said the 25. Can I get one more go?
Better than I would. I think I would have maybe just about got it off the ground. Nah, looks like good fun actually. So we should get everyone on this. We should join in with it next.
Look, you know, I appreciate the optimism. Look, we want to raise the ceiling, not lower the floor. Not lower the floor on that one.
Okay.
But obviously, there's another thing to kind of tackle. That was the postponement of the previous game due to poor weather. Obviously, meant to have a double header over at the weekend. That didn't happen. Well, that means that the L1's results remain the same. We'll take a quick look at those just now, and it's been a pretty confident start for Gareth and Co. That 3-2 win over University of St Andrews, and the 5-3 win over Gordonian, sandwich in between the tricky one that we were broadcasting for the 6-1 against University of Edinburgh. It's a difficult one because the Edinburgh University result, I think that was the game pretty much went the way we expected the game to go, but the games that followed, the games either side I should say, are more the results we were expecting and more of the same again tonight hopefully.
Yeah, I think like that double header that weekend where they played on the Saturday against the University of Edinburgh and then they had St Andrews on the Sunday. It was definitely good to be able to bounce back. They definitely needed that after the game. It was good to see them bounce back, especially against St Andrews, which are a tough opponent. We always knew the game against Edinburgh was never going to be the easiest, but we came into it and we even said there was a lot of positives to take away from it. And then also getting that win against Gordonians right at the start of the season. They've set themselves up strongly, and I think that's what they'll be looking to continue as this night goes on.
For Hillhead, it's not been the start of the season they wanted. Obviously, it's a tough task going to Western. 7-1 for their opener. That's that's not going to be the only result like that Western get this season.
Western are a strong team. Going up against them, but like when we went up against Edinburgh, you're always going to come up against a top quality team. So I think sometimes coming with a score like that is something to be proud of. I'm sure Hillhead will have found things to work on from that game that they'll bring into the game tonight. It's definitely never a result you want to look back on though.
And just a narrow defeat at home to Glasgow University, the wrong side of a 1-0. We'll just have to hope that we can inflict a little bit more pain on them, and unfortunately for them, and make the start of the season they've had a little bit tougher. And on that, we can take a quick look at Uddingston's team lines for today, as the players are almost ready to get things started here on this Thursday night. I mean, the obvious one to pick out is Darcy Campbell, captain, but very much leading from the back actually, and controlling the play from the back, and letting her teammates get forward from the centre of defence. So important that she has a lot of time to dictate things. Yeah,
and she's such a cool character as well. She's calm, she's well liked by the rest of the team, and I think that's one of the best bits you can have from a captain. She's incredibly welcoming to the young team that she has around her. There's some really young girls that are playing, but she's a fantastic leader, and I think playing centre back helps that. She is able to control a wee bit more of the game from back there.
Certainly the addition of a couple of new faces. Zafira one of the ones that's come in new to the team from Malaysia as well, looked really bright, just struggling for opportunities. There's a couple of the Uddingston forwards that have been. Just another game to kind of build confidence and take the chances when they come up.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing the skill that the new girls bring into the team. It's fantastic, and when they're on the ball, it's great to see, but I think the opponents can see the threat that they pose and cut them down as quickly as they can. So definitely they'll want to get their legs moving and try and get some goals going tonight.
Certainly what we're wanting for is, sure, if there's any neutrals watching on as well, that we're plenty of goal-filled action. There's a few of you watching on the other side of the pitch that have made the trip down for Thursday night. We appreciate you coming and appreciate you tuning in as Hillhead get us underway. Nice visitors with the first foray down the right side. Going to try and probe the left. The first block challenge for Sphera now. She'll skip around the challenge and break down the right hand side. Looking for options in the middle though. Just runs out of road. Well, he's going to keep the high press on. Something we didn't quite get time to touch on there at the lineups, but how quickly Uddingston like to break forward. And you saw that in particular there from Sphera.
Yeah, counter attacks are what we're so strong at.
Oh, that's a sore one. Bit of a high strike.
She's up
Yeah, back to her feet. Yeah, looking okay. That's sore, especially in the cold tonight as well.
That's, yeah, don't want to be in the receiving end of that. That's not the way to start your game either. It's just an unlucky thing. I think Anna there is just the slight twist of a stick can just bring that ball up, and the power that she can get behind it. It's just, you don't want to be receiving that wherever it end up hitting her there.
You know, Uddingston trying to keep the pressure on in the halfway line, but they'll work it backwards first. Just, as I say, not afraid to keep control at the back. We've seen both teams little spells of this in the opening moments.
We've said it a few times, all about setting the tempo in this first quarter, not rushing too quickly into something and putting yourself in danger. It's all about kind of keeping yourself to a tempo that you want to be able to control.
Certainly Uddingston now looking to break the deadlock early as the run breaks towards the D, but the call goes Hillhead's way.
I think the ball just kind of kept running away there. It was an unfortunate one.
Certainly intensity requested from Coach Gareth down on the sidelines there. We'd said in previous broadcasts about Uddingston wanting to sit a little bit higher up and put the pressure on opponents higher up the pitch. Certainly doing it at the moment.
Yeah, Gareth certainly asked for a high presser, and you could see that in the pressure they managed to put on the defender to kind of make a mistake in that pass across the back. So definitely coaches wanting that high press, and is you're able to see that there as they took their 16.
Nina Boothby just in a little bit of bother there, hand possession away. Bit of a long one down the right channel. Will come to nothing in the end.
Both teams are just kind of looking for outcomes in the D, just trying to get the ball moving up the lines, and I think it's just kind of, you're seeing this kind of settling in as it goes, using the pitch as much as you can. The ball will run, especially on a night like now with the pitch is wetter. So I think that's what both teams will be, just trying to get that ball moving and up the line.
Yes, certainly better though than it was on Saturday. I've got no doubt. I think puddles was one of the quotes I'd seen in the group chat after the storms that had been falling.
Yeah, I know from the pitch I was supposed to be playing on, there was maybe a kind of line down the middle that was dry from the rain, and I think I don't know what it was like down here, but certainly in Glasgow it was wet.
Williams driving into the area. Vivian Mullen trying to find a little bit of room. Big sweep that'll draw a blast from the umpire's whistle.
I think that was Liv there just trying to find some for an outcome. Really good run from Anna to kind of get herself through that middle, through the pressure, and Liv just unlucky not to get a stick tackle going her way in that D bit, but really well defended from Hillhead to win a foul, especially when you've got it going against you.
Yeah, certainly as soon as it started to open up, there was a couple of white shirts surrounding, trying to slow the play down and stifle it down.
Yeah, and it's really good as well not to give a short and a thing like that. It's so easy to make a kind of a rash tackle that loses you a short corner, so it's a really confident defending to have that come for you.
A long pass down the right comes to nothing for Hillhead, but certainly something they're looking to exploit.
They're putting a wee bit of bobble on their ball, and I think it's just kind of catching their forwards off a wee bit, the kind of bounce the ball's taking. Maybe something that you kind of want to try and cut out. If that's them kind of miss 2 or 3 of those traps now, you don't want to kind of keep giving the ball away just by bobbling it a bit.
Move be back to Campbell. Crichton loses out on the left side.
You can see from the games we've seen, and even from the start of this game, the Uddy defence are just so kind of calm with each other, able to pass that ball about with a good amount of confidence and get that ball to Lily, who's able to get a run going for us.
Mullen into the D now, the cut back across, evades everyone.
Really good ball there from Liv. That's the sort of thing you want to see. It's just not come onto a stick. I think there wasn't as many Uddingston bodies as you want in a D, as it was kind of a counter attack, but really promising ball as the game goes on to use.
Can't quite bring it down in the air. Campbell's there on clean up. I think that's a stick infraction though.
I think you heard quite a good shout there from the Hillhead player of "I can't see." When that ball goes in the air and it's in the lights, you've got no chance of seeing it, and I think that's aerials are so dangerous, but they're also really hard for your own team to catch sometimes.
At edge of the D, but block challenge from Crichton. It's coming straight back though. Really important challenge there from Darcy Campbell, and just gets it clear, no messing. Hillhead again go from left to right again, probe that right side again though. Too much on it and it'll run out of play.
Really good transfer there. It's what you kind of want to see. Uddingston have been doing it throughout the game, so Hillhead have got the same thing. Transferring that ball is just, it's getting it moving from one side to the other, and it forces an attack to kind of have to chase round, which is what you want to see.
What a ball going missing there as Hillhead recover. Lovely interception by Hasha now. Mullen. Baker. Really good work on the far left from Maisie Dacre now. Olivia Mullen as Uddingston keep the pressure on. It's been a recurring theme for Uddingston in a couple of games we've covered, that just the difficulty in taking the ball as far as we take it, but then into the D. That final step always seems to be that much harder for us at the moment. Breaks down again there.
Yeah, finding that final phase, even if it is a goal or a shot or something, just seems to be something that eludes us in each game. It starts coming as the game goes on, but especially in the first quarter, it just seems to be a struggle.
Time for a couple of rotations. That Porter's on now. And refreshing the line up, and a little bit of tactical tweaks that have come because of it. Could yield something different. Porter. Hasha. Sophia ahead of her, she can connect. Just sells it a bit too far behind. It's good covering work from Hillhead now. Try and drive this one forward. Dances round O'Brien. they'll push this down towards the far right. More by force of will than anything else. That one will keep running, but run all the way through. Just starting to break down there for at least a little bit at the back, but the unfortunate foot really does spare some blushes.
Yeah, there's a kind of one of those, I think, touches the attacker obviously wasn't expecting to come in towards her, so it's an unfortunate one to lose. But even there, Uddingston just trying to play the ball really quickly, but kind of caught their own team off guard, and it's more just lost the ball than anything else from gaining a foul.
It's the visitors, Hillhead. To ask the questions. Was a good pickup from O'Brien. She's let it run back into trouble. And plenty of battling from Maya Shaw gets the outcome. Again, just a bit of a misread down the Uddingston left, opens up chances for the visitors. Ball into the D. One that doesn't connect.
Well, she's trying to rotate herself into the midfield, so it makes kind of a 3-man defence, and it gives us that kind of one extra attacker. It's just get a connection with the ball is the key thing there, and I think it was read really well by the Hillhead player. That knew where the ball was going, so like Lily's got the really good idea of doing it, and it's good to see the confidence that she's got to move up into that position, but she's got to kind of secure the ball first before anything.
Uddingston losing the battle in the middle of the park at the moment now. Hillhead with a turnover. They're forced to work it backwards. Connect through the centre, but Anna McWilliams is there to force the turnover.
Really good steal there from Anna.
And 1-2. Buys McWilliams a little bit of space to drive that forward, but drive that beyond everyone.
It's a really good steal and a good play there between Anna and the defence to get the ball back, and then it's a good idea to play that ball through the middle. It's unfortunate not to kind of come to a stick, but it's a positive ball to play that you can see that will get through the Hillhead defence.
It's a little bit of a change of option as well in terms of trying to build through the phases, that sometimes you do want to break up that monotony and just hit it long and see what comes from it.
Yeah, there's no harm in trying it, and if you can see that it works, it's a good idea.
Definitely play from Dacre through the left side. It does open up a chance, but there's no one waiting in the middle for Uddingston to take advantage. Both teams still very much feeling each other out. 12 minutes into quarter one, still plenty of time in this one for the game to ebb and flow back and forth. Just all comes apart for Crichton at the edge of the D there. Hillhead breaking through, trying to cause problems, but denied by a blast of the umpire's whistle.
Good fight there from Darcy to get in front of that ball. Lily, I think, just getting kind of bullied at the top of the D there. Seems to have about 3 sticks coming at her at once.
I think that's perhaps sometimes the issue we're seeing with some of the attackers that are so keen to carry it forward themselves, that what they're going to do as part of that is draw a lot of attention to themselves and make it increasingly hard the longer they've got it.
Yeah, I think like the defenders will just kind of curl up on top of you, and it's unfortunate because you want to do so much with the ball, but you've got no space to do it with, and I think you were just kind of seeing that there in that corner.
I guess it's one as well that momentum-wise, it builds up in your head that you beat 1 or 2, you think, right, I can go for 3 or 4. It's just learning the right time to shovel it off to someone in space if it ever really opens up. Hillhead able to break through the centre this time, force it wide the left. Now edge of the D, back inside, but that will run through without a touch. See what they were trying to do, just divert that across the face of Shields' goal.
Hillhead getting loads of space there when they're getting into the D. It feels like they're finding an easy space to kind of run through.
So what we're seeing for the neutrals is there certainly feels like there's goals in this.
Yeah,
Touch
it's a good even game here. You're seeing it's going end to end, and I think both teams are just struggling to get that outcome. And I think that's all that's going to change the game. Is one outcome could change everything. And when I say outcome, I mean anything. A foot, a stick tag could just be anything at this point.
Say quarter one, surely there's a degree of just get a foothold. It doesn't matter how the foothold comes about. You'll take a foothold, however. It's Uddingston looking to find one now. Ash's flick pass can't find Dacre beyond. She's got another chance now. Will Hasha driving towards the edge of the D. Tip takes it away, but now Porter. Still a little bit scrappy, but now O'Brien try and clean up. Dancing run across the face of the D. She'll get another chance to recover. Really good defending from Hillhead just to limit those options.
Yeah, Hillhead getting plenty of bodies now back behind the ball.
Maxine McMillan putting herself about on this right-hand side, trying to cause a few issues, and she will. And she'll get the short for it.
Really smart from Lexi there. She made sure to kind of drag out the first foul, and then just as she came back in, look for that stick tackle. It was really well won.
Well, you were speaking about footholds, Ali. This could well be one of them first short corner of the game. Right, final minute or so of quarter one. This would be an ideal time for Uddingston to strike. Hillhead, it will feel like a bit of a sucker punch. Strike is well parried away, not fully cleared. Second parry from the Hillhead keeper.
It was a really good hit there from top D, but fantastic save, and then really good save that second one, being able to parry it out the D, so you're getting out of danger, you're removing the threat of losing another shot for putting it into that danger. It was a really smart clearance.
A lot of driving work through the edge of the D there. That goal got very smashy. I think it's probably the first time I've said that word, but got very smashy very quickly, and I think all of you watching will know exactly what I meant by that.
Loads of very crunchy tackles in the top of the D, and I think it's Hillhead definitely just trying to keep that ball out, not lose another shot with not very much left in the first quarter.
Defended really well of the visitors, and you can see the problems there. The call is going forward, but it's Uddingston, I should say. Had the lion's share in these last couple of minutes now, trying to make good before the end of the quarter. O'Brien looked like she's shown too much, but she able to navigate it through, and as it's worked into the D, the whistle goes for end of quarter.
Equal quarter, I'll give it that, end to end. Actually, it's really good hockey on show. They've had a couple of those kind of tackles, stick tackles in the top D and across the pitch, but it's been really end to end. It's a really good quality of hockey on show from both teams.
Yeah, certainly. I always feel like it's harder to speak and be appreciative of really good defending without being like, well, it happened the way they want it to happen. Nothing happened in a dangerous area, so that's actually good. So yeah, it's difficult to say nothing happening actually is proof that something very good is happening.
Yeah, I think sometimes defenders don't get the recognition for the work they're doing, and I think both teams are showing that. You've got the kind of coolness of Darcy and the rest of her defence around her to play the ball around and make confident, clean tackles, and you've got Hillhead getting the bodies behind the ball, making sure to get their tackles outside the D. Even when they're in the D, they're being smart to not give away silly fouls and give away short corners, so it has been really kind of strong from both sides. And then you've got to give it to both attacking sides as well. You've had some really good moves up the lines. You saw Anna trying something different, playing smart balls, and I think Uddingston just need to capitalise on some of them.
And certainly from the short, we've seen plenty. Just as we're only a couple of games into the start of the season, we've seen plenty where it breaks down very quickly after that initial play, both for the gents games and the ladies games that we've covered. Credit to Hillhead that it could look like, very much felt like it was starting to break down there, but defensive resolute gave Uddingston no real chance.
Yeah, second phase and shorts are the most dangerous because the ball's loose. You've got set positions as a defence to run out, and I think it's definitely a hard one to defend that second phase. So it is a really good thing for a neutral to see how Hillhead are able to defend that second phase, the winding reverse shot from Anna, I think it was.
Well, plenty of good defensive work, and we've seen elements of the problems that either side can cause each other. They've got quarter 2 now for the half to make good on that attacking promise and breach the resolute defences of quarter 1. It's Hillhead on the front foot to open things. They're just at the edge of the D, that looked like. Allows the visitors to keep the pressure on, skip through a tackle.
That's what's making the kind of biggest difference in these games, is these sort of fouls that both teams are getting themselves up, and then there's just a foot, there's a stick tackle, and that's what's then changing it for the other direction. We were kind of saying at the start that the most dangerous place Uddingston have been in the games we've seen can be our counter attacks, and I think that's what we need to capitalise on when these fouls are coming about.
Crichton now will look to spearhead the latest charge forward, able to connect with Lexi McMillan at the second attempt. Throwing the side at the end of quarter 1. She's breaking into the D again to start quarter 2, and she'll get the short right before she took the pop at goal there.
It's understand why the short was given, but when Lexi still had the ball there, you would have rather seen a kind of shot on goal. But do you know what? You can't say it until you see what happens after the shot's been taken. I think that's the way you've got to look at it.
All we'll say is umpire watch has officially started. Set your timers. Meantime, Zafira preps with plenty in blue and gold at the edge of the D. Picks her target. Driven strike, well saved by the Hillhead keeper. Crichton on the edge for the... trying to do something with the scraps, and that will come to nothing.
It's two shots that have not entirely challenged the keeper. They've both been taken by her on her foot, so I feel Uddingston have just got to find something different, challenge the keeper, who obviously is quite confident with kicking the ball out, so possibly trying to get some form of flick in the air, or just a different summer routine to kind of break the norm.
Room for the strike, but it'll trundle away. Does very much feel like those were two more standard short corner routines. You're wondering how many of those trick plays are being held back till a more vital stage in the game. Yeah,
you don't want to start playing like different sort of routines until later in the game. That's not how you want to start your game. So understandably why they're doing it, but definitely I think now got to look for something different, because the keeper's been able to save quite confidently with the first two balls.
If we can bring that one down, but in trying to bring it out, she's ran into traffic. Lovely challenge by Darcy Campbell to turn things back over. Well, we call it up and down. It's certainly been that to start quarter 2. No change from quarter 1 is Hillhead. They'll get another foot and keep creeping forward. Uddingston finally with a turnover, a chance to walk this one away.
The Hillhead player was just kind of on her own there. I feel there was no one out there supporting her. She kind of was just left on her own. So she obviously had the confidence to run that herself, but I feel like some support from kind of the rest of her team would be good.
Alistair, you don't think I'm going to dob you in for pulling a pair of sunglasses out of your pocket on a night like this?
I'd like to
and
these
brandishing it towards me. Yeah.
These are not mine, and that's why I'm more confused than anything else.
In the meantime, Uddingston again with the struggles of playing it out. Hand possession away. Good opening for Hillhead, and they'll keep the pressure on. Now edge of the D. Good turnover, and now Uddingston looking for the counter attack, something they've been lethal from. McMillan, Mullen, the pass inside, and there's no one waiting.
I know you were saying we're on umpire watch. I want to be back on Anna McWilliams. What position is she playing today? Because again, she is just everywhere in these first 2 quarters.
Certainly making her presence known in the centre of the park and everywhere else she's required as well. She's trying to skip away from the challenge and keep it in play. It runs out though. Apologies if you picked up the language there from Nina. That one went out of play. She was very close to the cameras. Good news is the Atmos mic out somewhere else entirely, so she'll have done really well to be picked up with that. Meantime, Hillhead able to play through the phases really comfortably now. Trying to skip around the challenges, but there's Darcy Campbell and Josie O'Brien on clean-up.
Uddingston getting just kept off, caught off guard there. Jeez. Sorry.
Well, here we go.
That was a interesting tackle. It is, I think Emma there, the umpire on the far side, it was probably a threat there of that's the last time you're doing that. Just kind of the slash down of a stick is it's just not a tackle you want to be seeing.
I mean, for both sides, it feels like not quite a pivotal game. I always feel like games this early in the season, not necessarily the most pivotal, but certainly could be season defining for Hillhead. You have 2 difficult results, a chance to reset and move on. For Uddingston, chance to just keep that momentum going and keep building, and for that top 6 push that Gareth Icon's very confident of.
Yeah, both teams are still in that confident building stage. I mean, there's still a lot of the Uddingston players who are obviously new to the team, and I think it's definitely a case of we're wanting to see a good result, and I think that's what these games are the most important for us. Is these are the games that we should be getting the results from, and for Hillhead, probably the same. They're wanting to get that confidence back after playing some tough opponents.
There's Hillhead's chance to respond with a short of their own little gesture of foot from the umpire. Now the visitors get a chance to respond from the set play, show what they've got.
Definitely been coming. You've seen it's gone end to end. I think Hillhead have just been waiting for that outcome to come their direction.
Certainly their clearest opening of everything they've created so far. Not for lack of trying though. Down, reverse pass. Couple of different reverse plays there, trying to be worked. And it's a rerun. Almost the polar opposite of what we've seen from Uddingston, where simplicity was king for Uddingston. Hillhead there. A couple of different movements. Another chance now. Driven strike, good save from Shields. Our work might not be over.
Really good save there from Verity. It's actually a really nice play from Hillhead. You've got the player in top D kind of doing a fake shot, but in a very legal way, as in not swinging, which is obviously not allowed. And the ball seemed to trickle across to that left slit, but even still, it got across and gave her time to take that strike from the left hand side.
McMillan crashing down the left hand side. She's given enough time for support to catch up with her. Zafira in the middle, Mullen trying to drop across and help. Good save from the Hillhead keeper. Danger not cleared though. Bit of a scramble on the tee, Hillhead. Able to get that one away, and now can they make it further? Still charging down the right, and gaps opening up in the Uddy defence.
That one though, comfortable clean up for Nina Boothby there. And that's just the danger I think Uddingston have got to kind of basically just live with on the way that they're playing. That when they commit people forward, when they cover space in the central areas, it can leave you looking a little bit open.
Yeah, they're committing a lot up, which is what you want to see. But then the kind of unfortunate thing is players just didn't seem to come back at the same speed as Hillhead were going forward, and you end up with kind of a four-man defence against the rest of the Hillhead team, which is not something you want coming at you.
A lot of trust and faith put in the defenders there, and now Hillhead's defenders though, one's needing their workers. Ken McMillan, a lot of time to charge down this left. Same two in support of Mullen and Zafira. This time they've switched roles. Mullen the close. McMillan goes at herself. It all just breaks down right at the death for Uddingston.
Really unfortunate. Kind of Lex getting well worked in the keeper. The balls come out to our own attack, but it's coming in that sort of way where it's bounced in such an awkward way. It's hard to control.
Probably the best opportunity though of the game so far. Both defences very much on top and made it difficult. Certainly can see where the openings are coming from for both sides. The chip shot forward will be pulled back.
It's not allowed. Certainly not allowed.
Umpire watch ding number 2.
There we go. That was well umpired. He called it back.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you make it sound like umpire watch is a negative thing.
Just making sure the viewers know it's not.
Exactly. And there could be plenty of people tuning in, speaking on the microphones that are still learning the rules of the game. Neither of us, obviously. We're very coherent with it.
Should have it.
Sure, with the big long aerials, if you're able to bring that one down, second attempt. We pull back and Hillhead respond with an aerial of their own. It's worked in both camps. Again, it's stifled by the defence. McWilliams, the latest to try and get some contact.
I think the difference in terms of the aerials there was our aerial was kind of just played into a danger zone. The Hillhead team, obviously, they stayed off. They let the ball be controlled. It's unfortunate to come off of her body. But when Hillhead used that aerial there, they played it into an open space, which gave the Hillhead player time to bring it down.
Campbell, pass deflected, but McWilliams can gather. Oh, little miscue there. Little sign of frustration from Kirsty Ratton as it just bobbled away from her painfully.
Anna's just kind of, she was wanting that ball moved around and she was playing kind of good, I think it's a guard roll it's called. I'm probably completely wrong in calling it that. But kind of bouncing that pass off the defence back to her and then back out to the defence to put it off the line. It's just unfortunate to have gone to Kirsty's back stick and bounced.
Approaching the half-time mark, and I don't want to say we've jinxed it about the goals in this game. It has been nothing away from either side. It's one, not been from lack of trying, and two, a lot of stout defensive work that's keeping it at bay. As we've said, there's certainly plenty to keep you engaged with on this one.
Definitely continued being end to end.
Speaking of engaging, after our social media channels, there are many and plentiful, and that I think was a perfect segue before you laugh too much at me.
No, it's a very good segue actually.
If people are looking for us, how would they find us on social media?
We are at Uddy Hockey on Instagram, Twitter/X, and soon to be TikTok, hopefully this month, coming soon. We're just going to keep calling it that for the next couple of weeks anyway. And just Uddingston Hockey Club on Facebook. You'll find everything you need to know about Uddingston. You'll get to see some extra clips like you were seeing at the start of the stream from things that we've done across the club, and also obviously results from games across the weekend. We've got 2 away games for our gents 1s and 2s coming up this weekend. So yeah, that's where you'll find the results, the fixtures, and everything in between.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
I think I change my speech every time because I kind of just keep rambling on. And I'm like, well, what's new?
There's always something new to add in his Dacre. Oh, it just doesn't quite work out for her. It's been a lot of good work from her on the left-hand side into the team, Maisie Dacre, but not quite getting the rewards yet.
Maisie's always to give a kind of a fun memory for Maisie. She thanked me for carding her in a game. I think it was last season, the season before. She came up to me during social hockey in the summer, and she said she was like, "Thank you for giving me that card." And I'm like, I think that's the only time I've ever been thanked. But then the difference in play from how she was obviously a year younger and now playing in the ones, she's really making an impact on the team. She's got some speed behind her as well, and I think that's just something that the ones are able to use to their advantage.
Different pass from Shaw, can't quite be gathered and run through, but again, Uddingston not afraid to mix it up.
Unfortunately, we're playing that ball and it's going so well every time, but it's not connecting. And I feel you've got to learn at some point that either the attacker have got to make themselves into that space, or we've got to find a new approach to get the ball in the D, because it's getting there. It's just not connecting with our own team.
Hillhead forced away from the D now. They'll take a big driving strike towards it, and that'll be an outcome. Not too much my show can do to get out of the way of that one. Coming there pretty quickly, and just waiting for confirmation. This is a short. Looks like a little bit of confusion on the pitch.
I wasn't sure if the foot happened outside the D or not. I don't know.
I don't envy the umpires in this one, because I had it as Maya's feet either side, really. So
I would have said it's outside, but then we're seeing it from a different perspective. So
it does look like the short's been overturned.
So it's a Hillhead ball just from just outside the D. Yeah? Yes.
Yes, that's what we've ended up on, and like I say, difficult decision either way, and either way, commitment from both umpires that this is the way we're going. For Hillhead, a few more defenders to try and make their way through. They will skip round the edge of the D though and try and find an outcome, but it comes to nothing.
Yeah, we definitely see from a different sort of perspective from up here, so it's quite different. Like when we can see something and it's hard for the umpires to see it.
And the other part for some people who haven't seen much hockey, tuning in first couple of times as well, the notion that you have two umpires in the field that have shared responsibility. It's not head and a junior. They're both empowered to help each other make the right decisions, and it's a shared responsibility of officiating the game.
Yeah, and you'll see obviously in Premiership games they're usually all mic'd up, which makes communication between them a lot easier, especially when it comes to the D that's opposite you, so not kind of your own D. You shouldn't kind of blow your whistle through it, because obviously it just causes more danger if teams are looking around. And for us, when we're umpiring at a lower level, you can make a gesture for a short corner from where you're standing towards the halfway line, but obviously it's then down to the other umpire to be looking and seeing you. So them being mic'd up makes a lot of difference. It's allowing them to communicate, and as you saw there, they were able to communicate to each other while still being on all opposite ends of the pitch. You're not having to stop time and slow the game down anymore.
So you're advocating for radios for or communication for everyone. As Hillhead has to put a pin in that and get the short.
Yeah, being mic'd up's a lot easier. We use we'll phone each other sometimes and use just headphones, and that's the way we can get around it, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Technology there to make our lives easier, and sometimes it's a strange solution, but a solution is a solution, and we now know this will be our final play of the half. Still goalless between Uddingston and Hillhead. One last chance for the visitors to break the deadlock before the break.
Be interesting to see what they do here, if they'll play a routine or just a straight hit.
A little bit of a routine followed as a hit. Shields able to do enough to keep it away, and that will surely end the half, and it has. Both sides, yeah, just on the short before we go into the half-time spiels, just on the short there, trying to mix things up or trying to force second phase and pick up things from there. I think the shorts probably encapsulate what we've seen across the game, that the block is there and the block is very hard for either side to get past at the moment.
Yeah, that playing left slip there, the kind of idea usually is to play a slap across the face of the goal to get a deflection towards the goal. It means that the defenders who are running towards top D are caught off guard, so you've got past them, and all you then have is to deflect round the keeper. So it catches everyone off guard, and I think that's why Hillhead are wanting to try it. They're making it good in terms of they're catching that first defender out, but what's happening is the two defenders who aren't running are actually getting in front of that ball in the well. So it's being very well defended in the same way if it's been a good solid routine that they are trying to do.
We also said that we're going to be plenty of goals in this one, and that for a neutral there could be plenty of entertainment. I know you're looking at a scoreline that says 0-0 at the moment, touch wood, we haven't jinxed it, but I think that's certainly something that is always at the back of the mind for hopefully everyone watching on as well, but for us speaking about it is, you can see how both sides are going to find a way to trouble the scoreboard, even if it's not happening right now, even if both sides are defending better than they're attacking at the moment.
Yeah, this thing is you're actually watching a good game of hockey, and I think that's what you've got to take from it. It's frustrating as anything to watch it. You want to see more goals. You do want kind of more of those sorts of outcomes, but you have got to give it in the terms of it's been end to end. We've now seen some short corners. You've seen what both teams have in terms of short corners. We know that Uddingston have some other routines that they've played before. So I think coming into the second half, what both coaches will be looking for is just that second phase when they get into that D to get more shots on target, because that's probably the one thing we actually haven't seen a huge amount of is either keeper. They've been challenged from shorts, but in usual play, there was that one from Lexi up there. I don't know if Verity's really had anything in usual play, so I think that's what both coaches will be wanting to see is some form of shot on target now.
You make it sound so simple.
I do make it sound so simple.
If it was that easy and all that, but certainly plenty of work for the two coaches to mull over the course of the next couple of minutes, and another chance just to remind you that UDDY TV covers all the home games for the L1s and the G1s for Uddingston, and we broadcast live on YouTube. You're delighted to have you join us for this one. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed, keep up to date with all the content that comes on, as long with the live broadcasts, and keep yourself updated by clicking the notification bell as well, just so you know what's happening with us and you stay engaged as well you can.
And if you ever want to know when the time of a game is, it'll be on social media.
Very handily got it. Social media and the club website listed at the bottom there. I've already heard Alistair's fantastic speech. I won't ask you to run it through just yet. We'll save that for another time, and by that I mean probably quarter 3, quarter 4.
I was expecting it. Don't worry. I'm gonna write down my script. I'll just get that sorted.
Gonna have that prepared, ready to go. Fantastic. But yeah, there's a good chance for you if you're watching, listening. Open another tab. Thank you very much. Go to Facebook, Instagram, log in, give us a cheeky follow, like the latest post. That's what I want to see. Actually, I'm going to ask if you're watching and you're that way inclined. Obviously, if you're watching from Hillhead and you haven't liked your own team's page post, obviously we'll give them their shout out as well. Make sure you're following your hockey club on all their social media channels. So important that these community clubs are seen on every platform. And now it looks like we're ready to get quarter 3 more or less underway. Let's final discussions between the umpires. A little bit of work for them to do, and after you've been keeping them right, and they've been more or less right without you, to be honest, actually, though.
Oh no, they're a lot better than me, and I'm purely saying that because Emma over there is going to get me better at umpiring. No, both umpires are really good. They've both been clear with the decisions. They've both been consistent, and that's all you want to see from an umpire. Is you just want to see consistency. So I think it has been really good from both them. You've not seen major complaints from either team, so you really can't complain in that sort of sense.
And just before we get the game back underway, a chance to say on that, just in the umpire watch as well, there have been a couple of warnings from umpire Emma actually on that, so just be wary that there are perhaps the tightropes starting to develop for both sides in terms of their infractions in the tackle. Been a couple of heavy-blooded ones in quarter 1, quarter 2, and as quarter 3 gets underway, I'm not expecting the players to slow down until the umpires step in. McWilliams push this one down the left-hand side. And the cut inside goes initially dealt with, and Uddingston will get the outcome straight away afterwards, though.
Really confident there from Maisie. Running that baseline, she looked for a pass, she got the ball back when it came off the Hillhead stick, and then won the short, and that's what you want to see, especially from such a young player. As you're saying, I think on cards, I think certainly if stuff was to happen, it might end up coming to that. There's definitely been, at the end of the quarter, you saw Emma talk to the two captains, so I think there's been discussions.
Seen from both sides what they've got from the short corner. Uddingston played it pretty straight now. That is even straighter and hands possession away. Hillhead on the counter. They'll both be more or less on a roll in there, and now big opening as Shields gets there just in time. Important save from Verity Shields.
Fantastic.
Hands
Verity
possession
just
away.
getting himself out there, confidence and
Hillhead on the
sliding,
counter.
getting the ball before getting the player. It's to not
on
give
a
a
roll
foul
in
away.
there, and now big opening
Players
as
up
Shields.
and moving, so at least we know that she's okay. Disappointing though, I think there was a kind of lack of communication from the short. I think the injection just went slightly off from where it was supposed to, and that's kind of then you saw frustration, I think, from Liv in terms of the ball going straight through, but it's something you never really want to see happen, especially when you train your short so much.
Well, Uddingston looking to make amends, driving this one into the deep. Will be initially clear by Hillhead keeper, very well cleared in the end, almost up to the halfway line.
I think we've seen a lot. That keeper's got a really good kick on her, and you saw that in the two shorts we put against her, and you saw it there that she's able to clear it, keep it flat, and get it out of danger.
Probably the only player on a hockey pitch you want to see with good footwork, but the Hillhead keeper showing it in spades is.
No, you want every player you want with good footwork, just not use of their feet with the ball. That's what you're looking for.
O'Brien now. Push this one just across to Williams, but it's been well read by the Hillhead defence.
I thought it was just played into danger there. There was options to play back towards her defence, but it's just put Anna under kind of unnecessary pressure, and it's also then just kind of forced a turnover.
Umpire's having a little bit of a conversation now, and player down on the pitch. Not entirely sure what's happening. I think that's all off the ball, so hopefully everyone's okay. Both teams taking the opportunity just to have a little conversation, little pep talks, and certainly Uddingston will feel like they want one after that short corner. It doesn't quite go to plan, a chance to have that quiet word.
No, that's a time to get your heads back together. I think that's the biggest thing, is you'll see frustrations popping up from losing an opportunity from a short. So I think you certainly they'll want to just try and keep each other calm and going.
Anxious faces is still down, needing medical attention. Let you know as soon as we get the sign to see everything's okay. Certainly looks like a serious one, as Uddingston teammates can only watch on. Does give us quick chances. It's Anna Williams back to her feet and definitely favouring an ankle. I think maybe she's just had roll on something there. She's being helped off the pitch by Gillian McWilliams and Liv Mullen, and it is not a nice sight for Anna. It looks like she's in a deal of discomfort as she is helped to hobble off. Just a technical reminder, obviously our clocks are not synced to the umpire's clock, so we're going to be running a little bit over the standard quarter time, so when you see that ticking on, and something to bear in mind for later on when we approach the business end of this quarter. Good news though is that Anna Williams is back to her feet and walking slightly better as she makes her way to the dugout now. Certainly a big loss to the Uddingston side, and I have to hope that it's only something impacting, that she's better than she looks at the moment. Certainly looks sore.
Not something you want to see as a team either. You've kind of got to try and like bounce back in some sort of way from seeing your own teammate down. It's certainly a mental challenge to keep yourself going.
Uddingston a chance to respond properly now. Zafira chops it across, but a good diving save from the Hillhead keeper.
Keeper coming out really far there. That's confidence that you're going to get that ball, and that ball's not going towards your goal.
Certainly brave, certainly aggressive, committed keeping, and she's got the benefit for it as well as Uddingston turn it over.
Putting pressure on an attacker as well from doing that, like it's really fantastic play.
Another one for both sides have had their share now of real open attacks forward, and neither able to build the attack enough and do anything more than find the keeper. We're looking for more in quarter three, quarter four now. Crichton towards the edge of the can keep coming forward now. Able to jump the challenge and into D. Driven strike will be just booted away.
We were kind of just saying there earlier on about the danger from keepers kicking it out in the air. I think that's, you've seen that there, Uddingston winning a shot from the keeper there, just kind of kicking it into danger. I think she was unfortunate because it was actually really close to going out the D and getting out of the way. It's just kind of come down on top of the players where they were. So another shot is another chance for Uddingston to kind of get redemption from that previous.
That's a move akin to almost like the hacker. Hillhead keeper stepping out, making her playing a noise with pads and stick, and O'Brien, a little miscontrol, could still open up for Uddingston. McMillan, and we'll run this back.
I think a lot of keepers have like, it's not superstition. I don't know. Is that the right? I think that's
yeah,
the right
it
word.
absolutely is.
Like one of the other girls that plays here, because I was umpiring, I watch her and she'll walk in and she'll tap the penalty spot and then walk back in. And
Okay.
I never understand it, but if that's what floats their boat, that's what floats their boat.
I was always, when you turn around and walk back, it was as you face it, right post, crossbar, left post. Just nice little circle, back at the goal, turn round.
See, on left post, I just stare at the person at the top and I will keep staring.
Second chance at the routine, another one that breaks down for Uddingston. Could still open a shooting opportunity, but it'll drift just wide from Zafira.
Person at the top and I will keep staring. But again, coming out really far there. I feel like Uddingston to
another one that breaks down for Uddingston.
Capitalise on that.
That
keeper's coming out really far. If she'd played that ball back, had an open goal to near enough pass into. I know you have defenders in the way, but it feels wrong to try and shoot from that sort of angle when the keeper's on your back.
Right, Hasha trying to win something. Decision goes against her. Certainly plenty of bags of confidence, I should say, actually, from the head keeper, and she's
Now that you're
rewarded
seeing,
for it.
now that you're seeing the kind of like the pressure come up in terms of the shots going towards you, you're getting to see that she's a like really confident, really comfortable keeper and able to get out her goal. She's not feared to come out her goal either. You saw Verity do it in the first half when coming out and sliding their player. I think that's kind of a similar thing you're seeing on both ends.
Chance now for Hillhead as it breaks down in front of Verity, able to get the kick clearance. Only as far as the edge of the D, could be coming straight back. It's a lovely turnover there. I think has a final touch to make sure of it. Millen can't slow the Hillhead attack down. Now some dancing at the edge of the D. As Hillhead open up a good opportunity, and the umpire's whistle goes. The goal scoring chance goes begging.
To be as polite as possible, it's a basic thing moving at 5. I think you get in the heat of the moment sometimes, and you just want that ball in. So when she saw that player there, I think free in front of the keeper, she's just passed it, and I think you'll kick yourself after it for not going that extra metre further.
Can't really blame either side for this. It's been scant few real like goal scoring opportunities. One comes up, the rush of the blood to the head is so easy to have happen.
Yeah, I think both teams now, you're in that third quarter, you just want a goal coming up now, so they're just both looking for something here.
It's Hillhead asking the questions this time. Left side, skip through the challenge. Now driving towards the edge of the D. Options in the middle. Can't quite find a way through. Darcy Campbell though.
It's really confident from Darcy there. Her feet aren't exposed, but she's got herself open in a way where she could kind of lose a foul in that, but she's able to cleanly get that tackle near enough every time, and it's really good to see her so confident.
Hillhead look to keep the pressure on, driven ball all the way through, looking for the little diversion that doesn't come. Both sides this time Hillhead, you see that driven ball early, dropped it. Oh, it's been a solid defence from both teams, and starting to sound more hopeful than expected, but there's certainly goals in this one. As we get pulled back, and just a little bit of note there from umpire Emma on that.
I feel that the ball had obviously you want to get back to where the foul was, but Olivia had made so much ground up before the call was then made that you're actually only just allowing Hillhead to set themselves back up in defence.
It's that Hillhead defence that's forced turnover, and they'll be able to clear their lines now as well. Over halfway through quarter 3 now. It's the even game it's been for quarter 1, quarter 2, and Hillhead, the ones where the momentum is swinging at the moment. Drives down this right and find a way to take it from sideline to D.
I said earlier on about that kind of chopping tackle that one of the Hillhead players had. You saw that happen there, and still the ball went in their direction. You heard, I don't know if you kind of the mic pick up. You heard Gav think shouting no, and I don't know if it was about that, but it felt the foul after you see kind of a chopping tackle in that sort of way. It feels like it's gone the wrong direction to give the foul to Hillhead.
Visitors getting away from the long there, and now Zafira trying to find a way to dance through the challenges. Can't beat the first, and now it's coming straight back from those in white and navy. Trying to ride the challenges into the D, but run behind.
Good pressure there, and it's just unlucky for the attacker to kind of make that mistake and trap ball. A
couple of rotations ready for Uddingston. last charge for a quarter. You've got what, maybe another 3, 4, 5 maybe?
5 maybe, I think.
Give it. I must admit I've not kept time with Gareth's rotations, so
Oh,
it might be a little bit shorter than that still.
when it comes to rotations, I lose track of time. I just shout when I'm ready. That's I'm not good when it comes to like the keeping a time to something.
Just put your hand up.
Yeah.
Hillhead drive the ball towards the D. Verity will get something on it. Does feel like a little bit, after all the good play we're speaking about in terms of the solid defending and the openings that we're getting, both sides are getting really on counter-attacks, it does very much feel like there's a scrappy goal that comes from just a little bit of sclaff in front of a keeper.
There's a bit of kind of like, it's getting scrappy now. Both teams are just searching for that goal. That's, I think, why you've seen them both kind of make it through towards goal a wee bit more, but definitely I think the goal that's coming is going to be a bit scrappy.
I don't think, by the way, that's not necessarily a goal that decides the game. In fact, it probably opens it up even more than the openness that we're seeing already.
I think Uddingston can probably count themselves lucky. I think the umpire is just kind of blocked by players, but I think there was a foot there the camera picked up. And Hillhead did claim for it, but nothing was given, so neither umpire's obviously seen anything.
No VAR.
No VAR. not in Scottish hockey, come on.
Battling work for Hillhead, and they'll keep control of this one. It's been a strong spell of pressure. Now can they make the pressure reflect on the scoreboard as well? Certainly you're saying about things starting to get a little bit more scrappy. You can feel, I think, even just off the pitch, the energy, not the desperation, because I don't think we're quite at that stage yet. Both teams really want to make sure they come out of this one with a win.
Yeah, I think it's a game that you definitely don't want to lose, because it has been so end-to-end and both teams have had opportunities that you don't want to lose it, and I think you are starting to see that's why both teams are now wanting that goal, and I think currently Hillhead have that fight. Uddingston just can't get themselves out of the defence here.
Just needing that quarter break, but still a few minutes from that after the injury stoppage.
The captains have been called in.
We've already had one talking to during the half-time break now before quarter 3. Let's watch the body language gestures there of lots of pushing down from Emma. I've got to feel like that's perhaps last warnings.
Definitely, I think the umpires will be able to sense the fact there is desperation coming in. It's keep it calm, keep the tackles clean, because they are becoming scrappy and you're seeing more stick tackles.
Oh, little error from the Hillhead keeper. Hasha can drive towards the D now. Keeper still out, looking to slow her down. The net is open. It can't be worked into somewhere dangerous for Uddingston.
I think that's the first time I've seen in the hockey match a keeper playing a near enough outfield position.
Hillhead going right up the other end and reapplying the pressure. Sweeper keeper.
That stressed me out, and I'm standing up here. I feel like if I was in defence, I'd be having a heart attack.
I must admit, I used to stand like really high up the pitch, but as soon as it came anywhere near me, I was backing off straight away. It wouldn't even occur to me to.
Like, it wouldn't occur to me to try and pass the ball with my stick, I think.
And got away with it. She did get away with it. Maybe not quite the outcome she wanted in terms of the execution, but
no.
Hillhead survived the scare, and now a return to the pressure they had, but that's loose. Darcy Campbell can just slap that one away. Olivia Millen rotated back on. So to Zafira, two that have been at the heart of Uddingston's scoring chances. It's defending work they've got to do right now, and Hillhead Keep it just about under control. Rotate back through to the defence and try and change up the angle. Back inside. Driven ball doesn't quite find its mark, and Uddingston can step in and turn this one over. Getting a little bit fast and frenetic. Shaw just help that one out and away. Mullen trying to carry this through all by herself. She's got Zafira ahead of her, lets that run on, but too much pace on the pass. Big opening for Uddingston there. Don't mean to panic you, Alistair, but I'm starting to think we jinxed it.
No.
Starting to think we jinxed it.
If anything, you jinxed it. I'm just going to blame you, okay? Lead commentator and all that takes responsibility, no?
Sure. Captain of the ship and all that. Oh, that's a good turnover though. Zafira, and now next to Millen. Little chip strike powered away by the Hillhead keeper. Openings are coming for both sides. Hillhead spell of dominance in this quarter. It's becoming to an end as Uddingston in these final few moments asking all the attacking questions, and it is the final few moments as quarter 3 ends. Oh, it does feel a little bit like take a breath, everyone. Kind of different reasons for different points, and I'm sure those of you watching from a neutral Hillhead persuasion, there's a little bit of a sharpened take of breath at that as well, because plenty of nervy moments for both keepers, but for Hillhead, a spell of so much control for such a large percentage of that quarter.
Yep.
But then it could so nearly have become something else entirely right at the death of it.
We talked so much about counter-attacks. You saw that at the end there. Like, Hillhead were applying such a high press and so much pressure on the Uddingston girls. But we were able to counter on that, like how they've been able to do at other breakdowns in play. And I think that's possibly where outcomes are going to come from. You saw a couple of shorts come from it in that last quarter. Like, both teams now are just desperate for something. We were saying it's just been intense, so both teams want something. I think that's probably what Gareth and the Hillhead coach are both saying at this point. You just need, you want something out of this. You've come out here on a Thursday night. You don't want to go home empty-handed or with 1 point.
It's certainly, when we were speaking about that towards the end of the quarter as well, the notion, as every hockey match, there is potentially a winner and potentially a loser. If it is settled that way and it isn't a draw, there will be one team feeling very sore about the fact they didn't do enough to win this, and
especially when there's been so much for both teams throughout the game.
Should just see. Hope Anna Williams' recovery okay. She was hobbling off there during quarter 3, and not Spider from the dugout since, but hopefully swift recovery for you, Anna, and like you say, it's not as serious as it looked and not as sore as it looked as well. Hillhead go aerial. And they've got an opening just at the edge of the D now. There's not too many in white and navy trying to make their way across. The golf shot chips up high and puts an end to the Hillhead attack. Uddingston pushes all the way left. Crichton almost in left defence there as it's worked forward. McMillan tries to just shift it across, but shift it out of play. Not sure if the Atmos mics or our mics are picking it up, but certainly very audible. Gareth Aiken very keen to see more from his team in this opening few phases of quarter 4.
Definitely think he's loud enough. He's shouting loud enough. Uddingston just need to keep their cool. Let's not lose the ball. I think I jinxed it this time. I didn't even say it, I jinxed it. Oh no. Darcy again though, just being there and just clean it up, so confident, so calm and collected to get that ball and get that pass away. We've talked a couple of times the past couple of games about tempo. I think that's what both teams need. They both need control, they both need tempo. Fitness is going to start, you're going to start getting tired, you don't want to start losing this game on fitness.
Lovely turnover, and now Zafira bust her way through a couple of challenges. She's got options left and right, finds one in Crichton. Crichton, that's a foot on the edge of the day if not in it, and it is the short corner to Uddingston. It's getting nervy, isn't it? Sorry, starting to feel it.
I never used to get this thing about like games that I was watching, but suddenly since I've been up here, it's a different ball game up here.
Well, hopefully it's infectious and every one of you watching is as gripped by this as we are. And one thing we should say is we do thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. Make sure you're subscribed, see more of this. It's been a fantastic game today, and I'm sure there are plenty more to come still throughout the season. Now, from the short corner, seen plenty from Uddingston, plenty at this end as well. Campbell, strike deflects over.
It was a good idea, but Hillhead just seemed to have the pace in their first runner or second runner to get out and put so much pressure on that ball.
Very much a white wall that stepped out there, and that's the short.
It's definitely the fight coming in. They don't want to lose a goal in the short, so you're going to put all your strength, your power, your body in front of that ball just to keep it from going in your goal.
Crichton with a really important turnover there, could still break for Aship. That's going to kick on and run. Certainly, I think there's an element of that, just how the short functions, that it gives you time to steel yourself for what you're about to do. Is Aship looking for a little bit more or something extra? She's battling. I couldn't tell you at all what the collision was there. Such was the scrum, but either way,
a footy stick tackle list off every possibility.
Some combination of not good, short corner.
Emma, though, I think there had full vision of what was going on, and I think that's why she was very very frank when Hillhead put a complaint in there to be like, no, it is a short.
Sphera stands over this one, and a couple go awry. This one could do with being spot on. Sent in. Crichton, little readjust to strike. Still bobbling in front of the Hillhead nets. Oh, it snuck through as well. Just about able to scramble. That must have come just off the line as well. And they'll get another short. Uddingston saw that sneak between the keeper's legs. They thought that was game.
I didn't even see what happened there. I thought when I think it was Lex there, kind of she kind of celebrated as it went under the keeper. I was like, we've got it. This is why I can't watch hockey. I need to be playing. Like I get too into it up here.
Change over the injection. Campbell will just strike this herself. Strikes this in the back of the net. Fantastic strike from Darcy Campbell, and Uddingston lead late on. Change over injection. Campbell will just strike this herself. Strikes this in the back of the net. About as Route 1, a short corner as he can manage, and Uddingston get the breakthrough. Hillhead will be very, very frustrated. They've got time, still plenty of time left in this quarter to change things around.
That's all you need to do. You just need to wipe their defence out. That is what we're saying from the left slip that Hillhead were playing. That's a similar thing when you play your injection direct to the player in that left-hand side position. You're removing the first and second runner. You're confusing the defender more than anything else, but you're giving yourself that time to make a good strike, and I think that's what you saw there from Darcy.
And certainly, we said it might take a scrappy goal. At the end, it's something completely different. It's taken a little bit of misdirection, sure, but that's as confident as firm a strike, and I really don't necessarily think there's too much there in terms of blame that you could put at the feet of the Hillhead defence there. They've defended so well across this game. That one just proved too much for them. As I say though, still plenty of time left in quarter 4, and there was, as we said, I think quarter 3, the first goal may well beget more goals rather than sealing the deal. Ratton just dances away from the challenge and does so illegally. I think there's a couple of chuckles from, don't know who that is in the dugout. I think that's the head coach, but I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. It was, yeah, inventive if not legal.
Uddingston now just need to keep their cool. Let's kind of not throw this away. Hillhead are now going to be coming out fighting for this.
Basher connect with Zafira, who's two of the new faces help to drive Uddingston forward. Oh, a little bit too telegraphed, but Hillhead defence able to step in and take control. Ratton able to gather. Lay that one back to Crichton. Will jump over it, and that's another stick challenge.
Oh.
Green shown to number 9 for Hillhead. Not going to dub you in that you're working on the next socials post there, but oh wait, oh sorry.
Multitasking, come on, I can do it.
Absolutely. I hope your steel's ready. We're going to need it very soon. Campbell trying to drive this one through the heart of the pitch. It'll run and run and run all the way through. Hillhead got under control, but they're getting forced back and back. And that high pressure, Uddingston starting to tell. More work for umpires to do is it's Olivia Mullen and the Hillhead defender being brought forward. No surprises. Nerves fray, tempers flare. Said a couple of times, either team wants to lose this. Mullen on the edge of the D trying to bulldoze her way through, doesn't quite come about. And now 5 Hillhead shirts, white and navy, crash forward. The break into the Uddingston D, though those in blue and gold back in numbers now. Trying to skip round challenge after challenge, and now short for Hillhead. Too much in the challenge from Uddingston there. Darcy Campbell, who's come off worst in the challenge. She's back to her feet, but more defending to do now though from the short. Well, got the opening goal from the short corner. Hillhead have had a few sights as well. Get another one here. Could this be the way they bring the scores back level? We're halfway through quarter 4. Not long left in this. Sent in. Team striking, it will drift through, hit the post on the way. And get pulled back as well. That went almost flat to deceiver. I was expecting a little tip or something there to push it more
Yeah,
beyond Verity Shields there. I don't think it came.
I don't know if it did come off of a Hillhead stick or if it was just that straight hit that hit the post. If it did, that's actually really unfortunate for the head player, because it's always disappointing when you've got that chance to score there.
Oh, heavy collision. Josie O'Brien shoulder to the deck there. Both are going is one of the shouts. And certainly look like two players who had eyes on the ball more than anything else. There is a little bit of a talking to though that's going to follow for the Hillhead defender.
I think it's been a yellow card.
Yeah,
Looks like it.
yellow card in umpire's hand. Should you say, obviously, do our best to keep you up to date with the umpire's cards on this one. And there's more conversations happening as well.
Josie there, not one to come off, but you have to because it's a concussion ruling. You could see there, you could see her face going, no, I'm not. But Emma doing well and getting her to go off because it's a concussion ruling, unfortunately.
It's one of the things you want in a player that these other people tell them to come off, but yeah, safety first.
You did see Hillhead there though. I think the captain kind of got them step back. I think obviously the tempers are getting frayed here, but that's what their coach is shouting. We don't need to sit this far back. I think you've got to make that balance of yes, you don't want to have another card, you don't want to give away another foul, but then you also can't just step back and let Uddingston come at you.
And Hillhead again forced a turnover wide, and Uddingston will pick it back up centrally. I was going to say Alistair there, what we need to do is just get you to say goal all the time, because there's been a couple of times just on today where you're saying something and something then happens. So coach is shouting. It's actually Gareth, I can hear if the Atmos mics picked that one up, absolutely bawling at his team, as that one will trundle all the way through. There's been a couple prior to that, I'm sure some of you watching on have also noticed. So if we just get you to say goal every now and again, I wonder if that'll be. I just want to get to the D. Just say goal. Hillhead try and carry this towards the D now. Just shows too much, and now Uddingston can break.
That was
Easy Daker. He's busting a gut to try and chase that one down. Tall order to get anywhere near it.
It was. You don't want to say it because obviously you don't want to foul going against Uddingston, but I think there was some luck there not to have lost. Apologies. Not to have lost a shot at the top, or a foul at the top, sorry, of the D for kind of some of the stick tackles. You saw the Hillhead player kind of call for it, but I think it was the unfortunate thing of the umpires on the wrong side to see anything at that point.
Could still break for Hillhead in the D. That's an important step across from Maya Shaw to make sure doesn't enter there. We did warn everyone watching on how much pace he's got. We've got a very, very easy demonstration there. Easy crashing through the centre. But it is Hillhead who are bringing this one forward. Shaw, got to step in and cover again.
I was kind of saying that first second quarter that the four at the back are just so confident and comfortable with the ball. You see that there, just to get themselves sorted to get that stick kind of collects in the back stick and then able to kind of win the foul. I think it's a testament to really good training.
I don't quite know that was for the little squeal as the aerial doesn't quite go to plan, but rest assured, if you are watching this back team, we'll heard it.
Usually it's me that's making that squeal in the pitch. That is
deflected. Fast forward, Hillhead still able to gather, still trying to keep the pressure on as they hunt for a crucial equaliser. Momentum from quarter 3, not able to maintain in quarter 4, but still looking for outcomes as
I think
send this one close towards the D, but that's loose.
You're starting to see tiredness creeping. There's a mentality in the fourth quarter. There's a mental part of the game, especially when you've lost the goal in the final quarter. I think Hillhead have got a kind of fight mentally, especially to keep themselves in the game.
A little bit of discussion between the coach and the dugouts. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Doesn't seem too important to what's going on with the game. Is Hillhead trying to crash towards the D. Shaw just about able to get the one away. A little bit of heart and mouth as it all across the face of Shields' goal. Keeping the pressure on, but that one will run out of play. Quick turnover, but that's Brian back on the pitch and all right, making the reception, but the pass forward doesn't connect. Called back into action is O'Brien and doing her best to scrap for the ball there. I must admit, I heard a shout there, back to 11 now. And this is where I will pretend I'm one of the audience members who hasn't seen a lot of hockey. How much of that is concussion and how much of that is a yellow card we didn't spy?
Oh.
You see, the umpires' cards are not the easiest to spot in this light, and if there was a yellow card, I do apologise for missing that one. Either way, both teams getting a little bit feisty, and now looks like another card is coming.
I can tell you that there is a card now. We've seen this one. I think that's unfortunate for Morla. She just got herself on the wrong side trying to get the ball. There is that fight coming in. It's just an unlucky thing to lose.
Definitely that part of the game where everyone's made enough mistakes that it'll take something very small. One little misstep can be enough now for the umpires. Hillhead trying to crash this into the D. They're calling for a foot. I think the umpire just shook his head to say no, and then it's been overruled. We make it quarter over by our times. I know there's probably a couple of time stoppages there as cards were delivered. This could be one of the final plays, obviously not the final play. Otherwise the umpires would have informed us of that one.
There can't be too long left. Time has been stopped a few times. Oh.
And there we go.
Well, that was it.
Spoken into life there. And now from the short, Hillhead send it in early. Try the reverse. Good save from Verity Shields. Able to force that one out of the D, and that one will run out of play, and that seals a vital win for Uddingston. Really hard fought one today. Commiserations to Hillhead, who really left it all out there. One team in the end did have to lose. It's Hillhead who have been the unfortunate ones. Uddingston made to work very hard for that win, but win they have. Darcy Campbell's short corner strike, the only thing that divides the teams. Plenty of chances, plenty of action for both goalkeepers to keep themselves busy with. In the end, it is that short corner routine that was the difference, Alistair. Look, we've said a couple of times, we said very early into the game how much of a good advert it was for hockey in general. By the end of the game, I think all we've done is say it more and more times.
No, it was a really fantastic game of hockey. The first half being so end to end, then the pressure that kind of saw over that last half, I think that was just a really fantastic game to see. And you can see it from how happy the Uddingston girls are here coming off the pitch. It was a really good game to watch for us, and it was just such a good quality game.
So, Alistair, I know your phone in hand, socials ready, so you've got me waffling to work out when you're going to stop. But what we would like is that socials read again. So if people have managed to find us on YouTube, well done, thank you very much. Make sure you're subscribed. You'll find out more about what we post. You'll find more of our broadcasts that are coming up. All the L1s, all the G1s, home games here at Uddingston. If you're looking for any other social media content, Alistair, take it away.
Yep, we just post everything, all our information about our youth hockey, our festivals that are held here at Uddingston, results, fixtures, when games are coming live on UDDY TV, and also some little fun things that we post, some videos that we post, and other fun content, especially that's coming up towards Halloween at the end of this month.
Oh.
yeah, that'll be there's some good things planned that I think will be good fun, especially with the kids at youth hockey. So yeah, definitely if you're interested in joining, getting your kids along to youth hockey, all the information you can find on our social media at UDDY Hockey, on Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook it's just Uddingston Hockey Club, and you'll find everything you need to know about the club.
Only other thing we've got to push as well is the October camps that have started. We obviously had the schools festival on Tuesday. You can see a couple of the posts from that. We've got some video footage from that coming out soon.
Strikes us in the back of the net.
Play of the only goal that separates the two sides today. A reminder, if you're looking for more details of how to get involved with hockey, one, we've got the October camps, but two,
strike this ourselves, strikes us in the back of the net.
Our socials there, and an easy way to reach out to get involved. If you're part of the Hillhead crew and you're still watching, just a reminder, if you've somehow not subscribed to
strike this
your
ourselves,
own
strikes us in the back of the net.
Formats, why not, really, is the question. Get involved with your local hockey club and give them all the support they need. It's been a really good effort from both sets of teams, and a really hard fought win for Uddingston in the end. That's where we'll leave the broadcast today. Thank you so much for joining us here.